shoot, they plowed snow in front of the trailhead here. Man, they got a lot of snow. I feel like I could drive through this. It's all just really fluffy powder. Came all this way. I think I'm gonna try to shovel this. Shouldn't take long. I'm gonna try it. The parking area is like another, I don't know, 300 feet up. I don't want to park here. They've got no trespassing signs all around their house and stuff, so be better off driving up, at least being on actual GMC land when I park. Here. We're in. Spin a little, but you get traction as soon as you spin through that little bit of powder, and I'm gonna turn it around from there. I'm gonna swing it and park kind of here, so I'm pointed right down the hill and hopefully not into a new snowbank. I don't think it's supposed to snow tonight, but I didn't think it was supposed to snow last night, so who knows. Clear it out underneath my tires the best I can to give me a fighting chance tomorrow. Yeah. Let's get our poop in a group and get up into the woods before it gets too dark. I was initially planning to backpack this, but last second I was just like, yeah, well, maybe I'll just throw some extra stuff in the car and throw the sled in the car. Bring some extra creature comforts that way. Should be no problem. Throw the cover over top and we'll get skating. Hardly left the parking lot. It's already beautiful out here. The poles are pretty helpful for actually finding proper places to put your feet. And you can't see through all the snow. You don't want to step there. This isn't really a particularly challenging bit of trail, but the gear and the deep snow makes it quite a bit of work. This is a lot of stop and go, but the stops are beautiful. I mean, look at this. Snowy trees and blue sky everywhere you turn, so the stopping part of the stop and go is not so bad. This is about maybe 0.9 miles from the top. The trail hooks left here. We're about halfway there, but we've done about a third of the elevation. So this last 0.9 miles is twice as steep as the first mile, but camp is at the top of the hill. Coming to the unfortunate reality that probably gonna need my headlamp to finish this hike. Not the end of the world. It's a pretty easy trail to follow, day or night. But I'd like to find my headlamp before it's too dark to dig through my bag. There it is. Keep that handy. It's about 600 feet of elevation gain left still. Probably half a mile. And the sun is setting. It's really not late at all. It's like 3:30, but you got a hill to your west, you lose the daylight before it's anywhere near nighttime, really. It's getting really steep. This last half mile is brutal. I've completely lost my pace. There's all this like water crossing, kind of half trail, half stream. The footing is not very obvious, so I keep like sliding off of stuff and ending up in really deep snow and having to kind of navigate left and right around it. So what happens, you come out looking for adventure. Sometimes you find it. Straight uphill. It feels like I'm going straight uphill, like 45-degree angle. I'm still not there yet. This is unbelievable to me that I'm not there yet. I feel like every time I've checked, it's been a half mile still. I'm probably closer to 0.2 right now, but I'm not even checking anymore. I just got to keep moving. It's sort of like demoralizing every time I check the map, so. I'm super close to this camp, but I'm losing steam coming up these steep hills with all this gear. So I'm gonna dig through and take out what I need to actually get camp set up and warm. I'll leave everything extra down here. I'm just getting stuck on everything. It's miserable. So I see it. What a mission. I'm exhausted, and I left a good chunk of stuff back in the direction I came from. Finally, my God, right here. Whew. It's a relief. Felt like I was never gonna get here. I'm just going to bed. It'll be nice in the morning. This is... I completely gave up on filming last night. It got kind of crazy. When I was jumping over this river over here, I lost the propane tanks out of my backpack. I had them clipped on. So yeah, when I got here, soaking wet, freezing cold, and no heat, it was just a lot. It became too much to try to set up and film it. I just had to focus on what I was doing. But here we are. I heard that come down last night. I wonder what that was. Man. This is where I found my propane tanks. I found one and I was like, oh, thank God I have one. And then when I went down to get the sled with all the gear that I left down at the bottom, came back up and dug through here. And I found the other propane tank under the snow there because I tried to jump across. There's a big rock face here and I slipped and fell, and I didn't get wet because I was all covered in snow. But man, it doesn't even look like I walked through here yesterday. A lot of snow. Pretty good view. Make some coffee. Trying to remember how coarse of a ground I'm supposed to go for French press. I want to say it's 25 clicks, but I really don't recall. Kind of miserable night, but really good morning. Just can't believe how much snow there is. There's so much snow. It's kind of hard to get a frame of reference because you don't really know where the bottom of that is. But this bear box over here, you can see there's that much snow. Whatever that is. Easily over 2 feet. Ski pants would have been a good idea, but how much stuff can you bring? I mean, you gotta hike it all in. There's trade-offs for everything. I always say the more stuff you bring, the better workout it is, and this trip proved to be true as well. Almost to the point of not making it here in time. All this stupid stuff. I do like having what I need, though. It's catch-22. Maybe with more experience, I'll get better at leaving what I don't need and bringing what I do. Coffee's always on the list, though. So good. Also, you think you need something like a saw, and then you'll get here and you'll have a saw. You just never know. It's really about making your best guess and then being resourceful with what you do have. Oh, it's beautiful out here though. If I could do it again, I'd bring twice as much propane and I'd stay for 2 nights. Because getting here was really difficult. Getting out of here is not going to be that hard, but just hanging out here has been glorious. The snow's still very deep. It was deep on the way in. I thought I packed a trail down, and now it looks like my trail's pretty much just as deeply buried as it was yesterday. So at least for this first half mile, I think heavy backpack, light sled is probably the way to go. So the buddy heater cools down. It's gonna go in here. Just mostly try to keep moisture off the heating element and the pilot light. I don't assume that would be great for them to be full of snow. I really don't want to turn the heater off. It's gonna die on me soon anyways. You can see this part's empty. I don't know why it does that, but I do find that once this is frosted to the top, it goes out. So maybe someone smarter than me can tell me why it does that. All right, off we go. Farewell, Tillotson Camp. It's been pretty awesome. I'd say up and down, but it was really down then up. 2 miles out. I think it's gonna take me less than 3.5 hours this go around, but see why I didn't do much filming on the way up though. It was like this for like an hour last night in the dark, so worth the effort, but man, rough going. Does kind of act as brakes for the sled though, which is nice. Been meaning to make up something like with PVC to keep the sled from crashing into the back of me, but just need 2.5 feet of snow. I guess that works just as good. That's actually a river crossing right there. You can't even tell. And this is a river crossing. I don't know if you can tell because the snow's so deep. Tricky. Oh. Got me. Sled took my legs out. Oh. And opened up. Oh man. All right. Come here, buddy. Come here, come here, come here. Oh, gosh. Bail it out. I feel like I'm canoeing. Last little river crossing right there. Smoother. We learn as we go. All right. It's a little steep little ramp here, which is where I gave up some gear and came back for it on the way in because this is just so steep. It's unreal. There's like some bits in here that are 45 degrees or steeper, like straight up. My abs are sore from picking my legs up so high and pushing them through the snow last night on the way up this craziness. This little woodpecker's been flying along with me. Oh, I finally see my car. Oh, man. A little bit of snow. Let's get out of here. Holy moly. All right, let my car defrost a little bit. And then I'm thinking I'm just gonna be able to roll right through this. I'm just hoping they didn't re-plow a snowbank at the bottom. Well, here goes nothing. We made it. Oh, goodness gracious. Whew. That was kooky. All right, well, the rest is a cinch.